Tonight, it's Madden NFL football. Super Bowl 60. It's the Miami Dolphins taking on the Arizona Cardinals.
It has been a season full of twists and turns, and it all reaches a crescendo here tonight as EA Sports so proud to welcome you to the marquee event of the NFL calendar, Super Bowl Sunday. Years of Super Bowls have led us here. More history to be written tonight as we get underway. Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a first-round pick back in April's draft.
And as we know and as we've discussed here in the run-up to this game, this is history in the making. The first rookie quarterback to ever start in a Super Bowl. An absolutely tremendous accomplishment, something no one else has done. But he doesn't want to just go down as the first to make a Super Bowl. He's told us all week he's here to win it.
First carry for James Conner. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And you know, I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed, and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Pushing his way through. 12 yards the pickup. Good enough for an Arizona first.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8. So from the 37, here's second down and 2. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From down at the 12, it's first and 10. Now back to throw. Open man here is Benson. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on third down. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. James Conner taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Cardinals are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Now for the point after. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018, drafted number 1 overall the subsequent year, Kyler Murray.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
On first and 10, here's Murray. Washington's got it. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing now is Murray. And that is incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. That is caught downfield by Harrison. Down the left sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 63 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Back to throw here. Touchdown, Cardinals. Marvin Harrison Jr. from 6 yards away. And the Cardinals will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive, and the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. So Miami coming out for their second drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Murray. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Up the middle, Achane. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Murray now to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a 1st down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Murray now on 1st down. This one thrown underneath to Achane. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. 2nd and a couple. Hill going to go in motion right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll run for it with Achane. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. The defense stiffens to force fourth down following that first down gain of 8.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And that is no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
And Connor going to pick up a Cardinals first down as he'll get this down inside the 40. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working. I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They run over center with Benson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Benson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Trey Benson, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Cards are feeling good as they extend their lead in the Super Bowl. Well, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Point after, right down the middle, and it's now 21-0. That time, a 6-play drive, and it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And some space here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And a nice gain at 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A run straight ahead with Achane. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's the 2nd down and 6. Again, it's Achane. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. To throw is Murray. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to 4th down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. But Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the 1st quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just the 1st quarter. That goes beyond any worst-case scenario we might have thought coming into this game. And another touchdown here, that should eliminate any hopes for any type of a comeback.
This 2nd and 4. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, after that pickup of a 1st down, I think some of the defensive guys are going to be looking over their coordinator and saying that was not in the scouting report. That went against every tendency most teams have. You don't usually hand the ball to your big guy in that situation. Sometimes you catch him by surprise.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. We've got a lot more ahead of us here in Super Bowl 60. 2nd quarter coming your way next. 21-0 our score. The NFL on EA Sports continues right after this message. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 43. Connor up the middle. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 27-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. On 1st and 10 is Connor, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
85 yards rushing for him now in the 1st half of this Super Bowl.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. James Conner, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Cardinals continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Extra point right down the middle, and the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Dolphins offense returning to the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Throwing on first down is Murray. Gets this one to Hill. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. A give left side. Here's Achane. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
On first down, back to Achane. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Second and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Murray. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Murray. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Smith. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Back to the ground, Achane. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sideline.
Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Jalen Waddle from 3 yards out. And the Dolphins get a bit closer. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. That time, a 9-play drive. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Here's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. A short one here, caught by McBride. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They run behind center with Connor. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Again, a run with Connor. And he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 26. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for it with Connor. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They're going to run. Here's Connor. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. A nifty move on the run, but ultimately stops short of the goal line down at the 2. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
Steps away to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Tip Ryman. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals are starting to open things up here in this Super Bowl. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this first half. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it winds up at a touchdown for Arizona. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Now Kyler Murray ready to get back under center. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. Achane here. They stay on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
2nd and 10. Now a first carry here for their running back. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There's pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at about the 14. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. James Conner and the Cardinal offense ready to get back to work. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. 139 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. On the handoff, Conner. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Now this is an example breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
10 cycles.
They're going to look to throw. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. Well, obviously they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can put
nowhere to go. Here he lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. A short one here, caught by McBride.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line.
Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Michael Wilson, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Cardinals are starting to pour it on the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes You're right. He looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
And the Dolphins with one final possession here in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. Now Murray.
Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Murray. Over the middle, complete. That's Hill. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. To throw, it's Murray.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Now inside the 25.
And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown.
Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick 6 here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, their ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have a nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And the route is on here in this first half. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. We watched the veteran James Conner put together a very solid first half. He's over 100 yards rushing for the game already and found the end zone twice as well.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Murray going to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hill. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Shotgun now for Murray. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 47. Murray now. On target over the middle to Hill. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The end result, 21 yards. On play action, it's Murray. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing quickly to Wilson. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Here's a handoff to Connor. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Right back to Connor here on 1st. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 177 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Connor. And it's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. That goes for 14 yards, 1st down Cardinals. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
25 yards to pick up there and also a 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
On 1st down, right back to Benson. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he's a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Black one. Right, 60.
2nd and 9 now. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Marvin Harrison Jr., his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Cardinals go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Now the try here for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Miami set to take over. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Operating from the gun. Murray got his man complete over the middle. That's Washington. A gain of 8 there on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Murray's throw hauled in by Washington. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. 2nd down and 6 now. Here's Murray from midfield. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 38-yard line. Back to throw again. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
On the give, this is their fullback. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, Murray. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. The drive will begin with a run by Benson. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
6. Brissett.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Weaver. Only able to gain a couple there. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down.
Off the play fake. Here's Brissett. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. Touchdown! A big play there. 42 yards.
And the Cardinals just continue to roll. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Aaron Browning, the one who brought him down.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. That is caught, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
First down, Murray. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Good yardage after the catch as that played good for 30 and a first. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Tyrann Mathieu, normally known for the pass coverage. This time a sack.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Being chased out left.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. Up next, the biggest quarter of the entire season. At the end of that, we get to crown a champion. We are through 3 here in Super Bowl 60. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Up the middle, Achane. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Sanders' kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. On the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Cardinal 1st down on a gain of 13.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive. But sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose. And just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 13-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. On the ground, it's Dallas. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. They go play action with Brissett. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's McBride. And the Cardinals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Connor. Looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Once again, it's Connor pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. 3rd and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. They'll look to run with Conner. And this time he is in. Yes. James Conner with his third touchdown of the Super Bowl. Cardinals continue to pour it on here in the fourth. So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on third down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Dolphins offense returning to the field. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive, 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Murray. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now Murray, he's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Excellent play. On 3rd down, give them 25 yards. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
On 1st down, Murray. Short throw to Smith. Fighting through, and he's got space. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2 yards to go, second down. Back to throw. Murray. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. An injury stoppage here and a lot of worried faces on that offense and on that sideline as Kyler Murray is in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. First throw now for the backup Tua Tagovailoa. He is going to find Hill here. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. Looking to pass. Tua. That's to the sideline and incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
The give to the fullback on the dive. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. A very costly sack there on 3rd and goal. Pushes him back big time. And now you'd figure the field goal team coming on 4th.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now. And if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
The kick by Sanders is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Fights him off. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 85 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Thompson Robinson to throw on 1st down. And this is incomplete. Charles, are still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time. Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. They complete it to Hill. Just a gain of a couple there, and that will bring up second down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd and 8. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Tua. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. They run over center with Benson. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
The DTR going to throw it here. Eluding the pressure right. And it's a fumble. And this is picked up. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
Well, maybe it hasn't exactly been a Rembrandt, but they've been mistake-free to this point and finally cough it up. I don't think it's going to cost them the game. They should be fine. But, boy, they're going to hate that going back and watching tape and being able to say we were that close to achieving our goal of 0 turnovers during the game.
A little blemish, but as you say, still comfortably in command. Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes, it attracts a little bit of extra attention, and it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7. On first down, Thompson-Robinson. Leaping, and he makes the grab. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one. Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full. Of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing. Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
And they take a knee. Have done it. They're the kings of the NFL. Arizona, your Super Bowl champs. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. And what a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.